Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Tama Madima. This evening we are chatting to Mapaseka Makhanya. She's going to be with us this evening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Hope you guys are excited for this one. Zander, VS, I see you. Welcome to you. Welcome, South Africa. What's Robuto? Welcome, Kutlano 992. Good evening. It is Thursday evening. It's almost weekend, and Mapaseka is in here with us. So I'm gonna just send a request, and then we're gonna get started. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining in. We're gonna have a good time this evening, and obviously, welcome to everybody. I'm gonna just send Mapaseka the invite. Welcome everybody. Taylor Kavana, I see you. Mapaseka.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Am I gonna be watching you like this today?
Let me change the angle. I
There we
think
go.
this is much better.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm alright. Can't complain. How you doing?
Hey, I'm super. It is what it is. We're keeping on trying to stay positive. But yeah, thanks for joining us this evening. Really appreciate it. I think we're gonna have a good chat. People want to know who is Mapaseka Makhanya. So it's gonna be good to just hear your story as well as touch on some of your performances.
I'm glad to be here. Hey, I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So remember, this is just a chat. It's not an interview. I'm
Yep.
not trying. There's nothing complicated. We're just gonna chat. We're gonna celebrate what you've achieved in the past, and also, talk about how we can grow the sport of athletics.
That's exactly what we want, hey, especially in these trying times. That's
Hey,
all we want to do, hey.
good
We
way.
must, but we must always try to keep athletics on people's ears, eyes. That's how we can do it. The only way.
The only way. It's the only way. All right, so we're gonna get started. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in. I know more people are gonna join in as we go. Some are busy caught in generation. Some are caught in the
The
river.
river.
But we are here.
Please, they can catch up.
They can catch up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening, we've got Mapaseka Makhanya. I'm going to do an introduction. Listen up, she's African Championships 800-meter finalist, World Championship Marathon finalist, two times World Cross Country Championship finalist, All African Games 1,500-meter finalist. Hey, we can even go back to World Youth Championships. Where you ran the 1,500-meter part of Team SA. We've got the 800-meter SA champion. We've also got SA under 20, 2,000-meter steeplechase champion.
You're revealing my age.
It's too much.
It's too
Three
much.
times 1,500-meter SA champion, SA 5,000-meter champion, SA half marathon silver medalist, Soweto marathon silver medalist, 2 Oceans marathon silver medalist. There's just too many things. World Student Games semi-finalist, as well as World Junior Championships. You're part of the team there, and the Southern African Junior Championship silver medalist in the 3,000 steeplechase. Ladies and gentlemen, Mapaseka Makhanya.
Hi everyone. Hello. Thanks for joining us, guys. This guy is revealing my age, but I'm so excited. I love hearing people tell other people how good I've been doing. Hey.
Yeah. It's in just a game. You are in a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people must know. You've done it almost. You've almost done it all. From since you were a youth athlete all the way up to senior. You started on the track, then it was cross country, then it was 10K, half marathon.
Marathon. I just need to do the comrades and the full 2 oceans. Then I'm done.
Yeah. After that, then you're sorted.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. Really is a pleasure, and really appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna have a good one. Let's start with the first simple question. Your nickname. What is your nickname? I know there's so many, but which nicknames do you go by?
Speedstar or Mapaseka.
Mapaseka. Those are
Depends
the
who's
two.
asking.
Those are the two.
Yeah.
Our speedster. So obviously, you started on the track. I see somebody. I see people already know your nicknames. Let's do a few shout outs. I see Neo DK1 says that's my sister. Shout out. I see Louis 2 says we love you, Pasi, Tando, and Marcia. We've got.
They call me Pototo at home, and then this one says Pototo.
We've got Lariska. Oh, Lariska Schmidt is in the building. Coach Willy Engelbrecht. Welcome to you as well. Jock, there's a few guys. John Bravo, welcome to you, brother. Thanks for joining in. We've got Robin Fis Lindiki, welcome to you. Welcome, guys. I won't see everybody, but just wave when you come in.
Welcome,
then I can
guys, and thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. So let's start. Where did your journey start? Obviously, running is, I think running is part of South African culture. If you just think about it. Where did your journey start? Did you always know you're going to be an athlete or a runner? Or were you playing karate, jiu-jitsu, ballet? Was there something else before?
I don't know, hey. I think my running journey started, I can't really say, but my teacher in primary school, I think she has seen potential. She was an official then, and I think she's still an official now at the Central Gauteng athletics meets. She's over 80 now. So she used to take me to cross-country leagues, track leagues, and for me it was more than an outing than going to run because I cared less about running. I remember coming last in my cross-country. If I missed a race, she'd make me run with veterans, and boys used to call me a veteran because she made me run. I couldn't go there for mahala. So I still appreciate her for making me do this until I fell in love with running. But before then, again, when I was in high school running as a junior, it was more of qualifying to go overseas than being the best athlete. So it was one of those things, a journey that I took. But from that, I'm here right now. Hey.
So at what point did you realize, okay, wait a minute, this running thing, I just have to run a few laps, and then all of a sudden I get some of the things that I want. At what point did you decide, okay, I want to do running, I'm going to take it serious, I want to become a professional or whatever? At what point was there a time when you got to that realization?
I think it was after I had a baby in 2010 when I was South African 800-meter champion. My daughter was only 7 months old and I was the South African 800-meter champion. And I realized then that I think I want to do this for sure. This is my calling. But I've had support throughout, even in high school. Most people would know him. Hans says that in 4 and 2. He also played a major role into shaping me to the person that I am today, because he never gave up on me, even though he didn't want me to do netball. I wanted to be a netball player.
Hey, aren't you glad you chose athletics? Because, when you look at what you've been able to achieve over these years, the countries you've got to see and, all the places. Athletics, it's got a lot of, let's call it benefits. You work for them. But, there are things that, I don't think there's many other sports where I don't even think in soccer you get to see the world as much as you would in athletics or even rugby, So what would you say is one of the biggest gifts or joys or, some of those things that were just on the side, the bonuses of being an athlete? What are those things that you particularly enjoyed in your running years?
I think the most important thing is through athletics, I got scholarships. I got to go to varsity. Your fees are paid doing what you love. I was going to run anyway, but for me to get bursaries for running, it was a bonus. It was something that I would have never dreamt of, and I'm still grateful for that. That's why I always push other athletes to do best, because they can get bursaries. and then traveling the world as well. Being to Europe, everywhere, Africa. I think that is one of the benefits of athletics, and meeting different people from different backgrounds, because athletics is an individual sport. So you're meeting individuals, people that you never thought that you'd meet, and we just gel. I think athletics is one sport that people would just gel because they run us. Even when you jog, you just greet somebody because they just running. That's the beauty of running as well.
I think especially like if you look at middle and long distance, I think our community it's a very close one, because exactly like you're saying, like if you're just jogging in the morning and somebody's jogging, you must, eye contact, you must make them know that you see them. And also it's also like competition wise, I think the middle distance athletes are such a community. I think because I say personally, it's such an humbling. I mean, being a middle and long distance runner, it's so humbling. I mean, at any given moment, there's somebody who was just doing a bit more mileage, or they just come out of nowhere, and before you know it, you're not on top anymore. And it's hard work. I mean, it's mileage, it's speed, it's strength, it's endurance. It's a lot of work. So that's what keeps us humble towards everybody that we compete against.
I think in general, athletics will humble you. The pain of running will humble you. That's why they say you come out different than you went in before you even go for your run. Everything about running will change a person and your perspective in life as well. So just be there. You can win tomorrow. The other day is somebody else. So
tough. No, it's exactly
that. Tough.
You have to stay humble, and you have to keep working at all times. So where does Mapaseka come from? Where does your story begin? Are you where exactly did you start, and where were you developed? Let's put it in that way.
The dusty streets of Soweto.
That's your story. I'm sure every time you tell your story, I was raised on the dusty streets of Soweto.
Not really. It's just a phrase I think soccer players use because they play on the gravel grounds in Soweto. It's the dusty streets of Soweto. But I was literally started in the dusty streets of Soweto because I also used to train on gravel grounds in Soweto. And I think in December as well, we were training on gravel in Diepkloof. So those have never left. And I think it's a shame that I've been running for over 20 years and we still don't have a proper track. If I want to train in Soweto, I must still go to the gravel grounds where everybody plays soccer, netball, everything. We just have to take turns. It's a sad story about development, if we may say, that I did it there, and 20 years later, I'm still going back to those conditions.
But you know what I always say, and one thing I learned it from people that mentor me, as well as, they said, if you've got a problem with something and if it bugs you, it must be something that you must attend to. Mapaseka, they need a track. You've seen the world. What are we going to do about it? We'll get to that while you're still thinking. Coach Willie Engelbrecht is saying, Mapa, how important is a proper school structure and support to you? Very important question. How important was that in your development, being in a proper school structure and support?
I'm still grateful for that. And it's not even about a proper school structure alone. Your background, your family background, the support that you get from home. For me, it was a bit difficult coming from Kasi school, if I may say, to going to an African school. And many people would understand that when you study in the township, everything you learn English in Sesotho, you learn mathematics in Sesotho. The books might be written in English, but the explanation comes in your home language. So from moving from that to an African school, it was a big challenge. But the support that I had from the principal and the vice principal as well was amazing. And it's what you are willing to do as well as an athlete to get to where you want to go. Hence, I go back and say, your home, how you are raised, plays a major role before you even go into the school gates, because that's where education begins. Charity begins at home. But being in a proper school structure is something that we take for granted.
Yeah.
We take for granted those little things because they teach you the principles of life as well, and the support that you get. You're not just training and go home. You get your tutors. You get when I was in Soweto and training in Soweto, I would walk home, walk back to training, and I don't have time to eat. But for that to be adhering to everything was structured, time, your timetable, what you eat, how you eat as well. It was, you are like in your, you know how rugby players feel when they are in high school? Athletes feel the same as well, because you are much important as well as rugby players. You don't feel left out, and that makes you a better person coming out of high school to varsity or facing life challenges as well, because that grounds you. It grounds you, and it makes you want to work harder and be a better person for the next generation.
Absolutely. I mean, what you're saying there is spot on. Very good answer. Well done. I'm sure the
Can I get
principal.
100%?
Yeah, I'll give you 8 out of 10. You know, it was a solid answer. You explained, you elaborated. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. But I mean, like you say, obviously there is a lot of there is a lot of adjustment that comes with it. It's not easy, like you said. You know, from where you started, and the adjusting of cultures and language, and then having to learn and run fast. It's a lot. But I mean,
it's a lot.
You know, if there's a sport that teaches you resilience and individuality and standing up for yourself and fighting for what you want and need in life, I don't think there's a better sport than athletics, because it's like it's a true reflection of you as a person. You know, if you get to training and you don't finish it, that weakness immediately tells you that it's a mental or a confidence, or you know, it's like it's very close.
But
it's
I
personal,
can't say that about myself. I think in high school I never finished a training session. I would limp the whole week and go run the weekend, because I didn't like training. I didn't like running, especially when we're training for cross country.
cross
I always
country.
felt cross country was tough, but then I didn't understand that it makes you tougher. And hence they're saying that athletics is the mother of all sports. Whether you play soccer, rugby, netball, you need to run. It determines where you're going to be, and the resilience as well, how far you can go.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. No, I've got you. I understand where this story began now. At the dusty streets, I've heard about that. So, moving forward. So, obviously, your success in this running, it was quick, like you said. I mean, already if you look at youth level, you go to worlds, you know. And I mean, you started off steeplechase, and then there's cross country. It's a mixed masala. At what point? Obviously, no. Besides, at what point? So at youth level, you get to go to your first international competition, SA colors. Do you remember how that felt? I mean, representing your country, getting your national colors. Do you remember how it feels that moment?
Hey, my mother thought I was going to go die there. She didn't want me to go. I promise. You know how black parents are, hey? They don't want to lose their kids. My mom didn't want me to go. She was like, the plane is going to crash. You're not going there. You're going to die there. How am I going to get you back home? I was like, what is this woman saying? And I phoned her when I was at the Home Affairs and saying they want your signature. I need a passport. That's how I managed to get a passport. But being outside of South Africa the first time was overwhelming. I cried. I think I cried most of the time on the plane, because also I think it was my first time in a plane, and we were going to Mauritius. It was the southern regions first. But it was an amazing feeling at the same time. and I had familiar faces around me as well. I think few kids from foreign too went there. So
Okay.
it was not as bad as I think it was then. But coming back from Mauritius, I thought, I don't want to go anymore. I just want to be home. And then I was chosen to the World Youth Team to Hungary.
Yes, yes.
That was the best. I can't explain how I felt. And I was so young. That's why I'm saying the joys of athletics. At 16 years, it's like taking yourself overseas with your talent, and you don't even have to pay a cent for that. So going to Hungary was amazing. And as I said before, it was more about being there than running, the excitement. The sun setting at 10 p.m., the sun shining at 4 a.m. And you're like, but I've slept. Why is the sun out? You know, and we sleep at 12 because the sun just set now at 10. You know, we eat whatever we want to eat. We sleep whenever we want to sleep. And running was just that. And you got amazed how people are running in spikes while I was running barefoot. You know, that is the stories that people don't tell, because now we have brand sponsorships and we forget where we come from, that we used to run 10 kilometers barefoot, and I don't think I can do it now. But running barefoot, people looking at you like, are you crazy? Is this African girl crazy? So I think that was an eye-opener, and how far we can go as athletes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember when I was chatting with Zola Bach, she was also saying the same thing. She's like, if she wore more shoes, maybe she would have had better endorsements with running shoes. But I mean, she was also barefoot. It's a South African thing, man. It's an African thing, and I mean, we didn't see anything wrong with it, and I think that's what we need to teach South Africans. You know, there's a big trend of saying, let's go to Kenya for 8 months, 6 months, 3, whatever, for training camp, and so on, which is good. But we've also seen how local-based athletes are able to still go out and compete on an international level. Because if you want to beat a Kenyan in Kenya, it's hard. But if you want to beat a Kenyan training as a South African and getting the South African formula right, you know, we can beat them. I mean, Mokoka, you know, when he goes out, you've also been out there, you've competed with them on the track in Europe a couple of times and so on. So, yeah, those are the stories we need to encourage our kids to know, you know.
We've got a good pedigree of athletes in South Africa that are able to beat the Kenyans. We have seen Yombulaeni Mulauzi, may he so rest in peace, Hezekiel Sipeng, Stephen Mokoka as well is still doing it. Gerda Steyn, she's been doing well out there. You know, Glenn Rose Kaba. We have a whole lot of athletes that doing great in international stages. We have Kenyans that come to South Africa and we still beat them. I've ran against them Gauteng Marathon or the Soweto Marathon.
Yes.
We're not saying they're not special, but you are more special.
Of course, you must believe it. Hey, we are South Africans.
Yes, we are South Africans. And we can complain about what we don't have, the facilities and how not, but we go to Kenya, they are worse. They don't have facilities. So what's so special about us complaining in South Africa that what we don't have, whereas we want to go to Kenya where they don't have? So we must stick to what we know and our culture and our lifestyle, because if you have a talent, you must just believe it and use it. We have good coaches in South Africa as well. So why are we doubting what we have at home? Let's use what we have to our advantage.
Yeah, you know, I think it's so important. And you know, the more I think about it, you know, it's definitely like big ups to the coaches. These coaches, they do a lot. I mean, you might be able to tell personally about coaches and how important having a coach that believes in you, but also having a good training program. How much of an influence that has on your life. But I mean, South African coaches, most of them have part-time jobs, or they're working at schools, or you know. And I mean, being a coach it's not just the whistle and times. I mean, These people are like mothers, they're like fathers, they're like, yeah. So big ups to them. If we could do more for them, I wish we could, it would be really nice. Because end of the day, you see, the Kenyans might not have what we might see as much, né? But their development systems and the coaches that they put in certain places and certain stages in athletes' careers is it's almost like the path there is very simple. So whilst with us, there can be a brilliant coach there, brilliant one here, brilliant one there, but it somehow doesn't always, meet into one system. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we don't have even camping systems in South Africa. That's one of the biggest problems. And
Absolutely.
so those are the things that we need to work on. Like, for instance, I don't see myself personally going out of my way to go to a training camp for 3 months. I am a single parent. So those are the other things that people don't understand. That we have athletes that are parents. We have athletes that have full-time jobs as well. Even coaches have full-time jobs. They are teachers. They are parents. So in South Africa, we need to have something. If we were paid or we were making money, I can't say if we were paid because we get paid. If we were making money, we would be able to take our kids the whole of December, going to a training camp. Now we need to leave them with our parents, and it comes with black tax. And that's the reality. That is the reality. So we must not shy away from the reality and try to pose something that is not.
No, absolutely. I agree 100%. I agree. There's so much work, like I don't want to overthink it, because it's a whole conversation, on its own. And I want to try to celebrate you, but it's good, we have to speak about these things, because at the end of the day, that's the light we need. I don't believe in complaining. At Backtrack, we've never complained about anything. Like, if we saw there was not enough high impact races that bring athletes together,
you did it yourself. Yeah.
If we saw, you've been at a shootout, you know what it's
like.
I've
been at a shootout. I've won 2 shootouts. So as a track athlete, so yeah.
And in the interview, you're like, this is one of the best races I've ever ran. We've got that as well. So it's just that type of it's that type of thing where we've got a responsibility to say, where are the problems? How do we as athletes fix them? How do we as coaches? I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot to do. At the end of the day, we can't wait for one person or one body to handle everything. And it's hard. We just have to do it. I don't know how. I don't have the formula or solutions. We saw problems. We try to fix them. We're not all in the same place. I don't know. But maybe you can add to that.
For me, I also tried in Gauteng. I did the Run with Mapa series. I saw a gap in the development, as we were speaking earlier, the development of athletics, not just running, any other sports. And for me, it was more of taking kids out of the streets, because the school sports, especially in the townships, is lacking, and kids now have so much time on their hands that they end up doing wrong things. So the Run with Mapa series was one of those things that let's take our streets back.
I like
you go overseas, a 65-year-old is walking, cycling in our township. You understand? So I wanted to take the streets back, the townships back, keep people fit and healthy. And that thing is still gonna be a success, I believe. And for me, for Run with Mapa to be a success, I need, as you were saying, stop complaining and do things the way we want them to go. That's why I did that. And now we're gonna have the 5 kilometers World Championships. How would it be if Run with Mapa is a host of South African champs for the 5 kilometers? You understand? Those are my goals, that I'm going to change the game. I've been in the game. I want to see some change. let me do it.
No, absolutely. I mean, 100% support that. No, we must talk. Then we must find a way to work together. To make the Run with Mapa series, bring it back stronger, because it's important. It's definitely important. And yeah, I don't say that there's nothing wrong with complaining. Complaining is good. But I say if you're complaining, you must be willing to come with a solution. That's fair. You know what I mean? That's how we fix things. So that's good. Okay, let's carry on. Role models. Did you have a role model when you came onto the scene? Was there somebody that you looked up to back in your early career or early days?
My role models, I would say, because I was running 800 meters then, it would have been Maria Mutola and Kelly Holmes.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
solely because, again, they were the people who were close to me at that point, because before they went to Europe, they would come train in Joburg. They would train
Yeah,
at UJ, and I was in high school then. So they were
yeah,
close. They are very nice people. And I was like, these people are world champions. And I'm just a school kid. And they great, they're nice, they're doing well, they're very humble. So I aspire to be there with them.
yeah,
And I think when I ran with Maria Mutola at the All Africa Games in Algeria,
yeah,
that was a dream come true. Because
yeah.
at some point I was watching her train, and then now I'm
Mm,
running with her in the final. So that
yeah.
was a dream come true. She was a great role model.
Absolutely. I mean, a legend in the African scene. What she's able to achieve, and like you said, she was based here in South Africa. I mean, she was also coaching Casta at some point.
Yes.
Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Okay, so Maria Mutala and Kelly Holmes, those are two like superstar athletes. So
That I've
definitely.
looked up to in athletics.
Mm. And then on the road, did it progress, or were they the ones that you ended up staying with?
Not really, because I was not a road runner until I ran the Gauteng Marathon. So I didn't look up to somebody from track to the road.
Yeah.
And yeah, even today, I still look up to myself and the potential that I have from the 800-meter athlete to the 231 marathon runner. I believe that if I can move from there to where I've been, I can be much better than that. So hence I'm saying I don't want to limit myself to anybody else, because I now know my capabilities.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at just some of your times, for those who are watching, I mean, on the 800, you've got a 203.36. You've got a 1,500 meter of a 408.18.
8.
Shoo. Yeah, that's.
I know, right? I was fast.
You were quick, yes. It's the 10 kilometer. You've got 32:49. We've got a marathon of also 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 2 seconds. I mean, that's also. I mean, it's a very fast marathon as well. So yeah, like you said, I heard you talking about comrades, two oceans. There's it looks like you're going up, 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 up. So we'll be watching.
For the comrades, hey, I'm not crazy yet.
That
I'm
thing
not
is too
crazy
far.
yet, because
It's too
IFP comrades is it's a long way.
90 kilos. It's too
It's a
much.
long way.
It's too much. It's too much. But I mean, like when I look at your times and then I look at your progression on the track, I mean, I think that the most important thing, and I think a lesson that a lot of young athletes can learn from that is that it's development. I always say, like, trust the process, and the process is the process is exactly that. You just have to keep doing the right things over and over and over, and you start at your at a primary school, and then your high school where they put in the foundation, and then university, and then as a senior, from being one of the best, amongst the best track athletes as a youth athlete in the world, in junior in the world, and then moving up to senior, and then also moving up on the 10K and the marathon, half marathon, etc., etc. It goes to show that the process of it is, you don't rush. You don't want to run a marathon at the age of 21 because that would hamper your development going further, right?
Yes.
So I think it's definitely important that the youngsters be patient. That road will come. If you look at all the legends, even the marathon records, they're all being broken by people who started on the track.
Who started on the track, and I think that's the most important thing. And trust our coaches as well. Those people know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And I think with all my times from 800 meters to a marathon to 5,000 meters, I must surely give credit to Lungile Bikwane because he had played a major role all those times I ran while training with him. And and he has been so proud of me, and we chapasifuba hore, this is my athlete, and we've been doing this together till now.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So big ups to him.
Big ups to Coach Lungi. What is it? What does he call you guys? He calls you guys the Soweto Kenyans.
The Soweto Kenyans. Yeah, we bring Kenya to Soweto. We're not going to Kenya. We bring it to Soweto. So the dusty streets.
I believe it. This dusty streets of Soweto, they've got everything they need to produce. Champions, and that's what it's about, And then we're gonna wrap it up soon, but obviously, if I look at your career and the professionalism and what you've done for female sport, because I think especially with middle distance, there aren't enough female athletes who transcend past the track. You know what I mean? And it's important because if you're gonna only just be known in the track community or running community and whatever, you don't become accessible to the whole country, unless if you go and win an Olympic medal, and then obviously everybody knows. But I think it's important that more female athletes take up the role. If I look at the likes of Dominique Scott, she does that very well. You did it very well, with the Gauteng Awards, and people knew you. They knew you're a runner. They know Nelson Mandela. You're there catching ribbons. You are, it's that thing that transcends past the sport, and I think it's very important. Did you find that is something that you needed to do, or did it just fall onto you?
There it comes again with where you've been, like your education system, your confidence as well as an athlete. Even brands want to be associated with you, not just because you are winning, but the person that you are outside of the track. I think that for me was a plus because I am a very bubbly person naturally. It's not because I win or anything, but that's my nature and the confidence that I have. In the beginning, doing an interview for me was a train smash because you can't articulate yourself the way you want to, and sometimes you make a mistake and you want to correct it, but you need to move forward, and whether you speak Zulu or Sotho in the midst of that interview, it's fine. It's your home language, you understand? And brands want to be associated with a confident person. So when everything came to me, it was overwhelming, and I think it opened doors for many other athletes, and not just athletes, even athletics as a whole, that athletes can also do this. Athletes are these people. You're not just a runner, you are a human being who is doing athletics. So for me, that was an amazing thing to do. And even when people call me, we want to partner up with you, to this day, I don't hesitate, because that's the person I am outside of the track. But the road or the track is more important, because that's what brought me to where I am today, and it's my talent, and I can't change it for anything else. I can't choose TV more than running.
It's good. What you're saying is important, because end of the day, you will end up opening up opportunities that somebody who might be running faster than you is, or somebody who is whatever. And they'll wonder, why is Mapaseka getting these things and we are not? You know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to like open people's eyes to, that it's not only the work you put in on the track, it's the work you put in to create a brand around yourself that people can connect to. They want to be close. Hey man, what's happening there? Hey, I want to be there. And that's how you build your
A
brand, and
brand.
also become you can make more money end of the day, because track alone, it's tough. Road is better. Track is good if you top. I mean, you must be like there. Track and field, I always say, if you're not in the top in the world, it's like, it's difficult, because opportunities are not as big. But I mean, if you can bring more value added stuff towards your performances, the sponsors and people will love it more.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, eh? It's on and off
It's
the track.
not. It's not easy, but hey, we are surviving. We are survivors. We are athletes. We are stronger than that. People are. I said to someone today, we are not running away from our troubles, when our problems, when you go out for a run. We are actually facing them. You just go for a run to gather strength and come back and face all your problems. Because that's what
Hey,
running does to you. It changes you.
yeah. Hey, sometimes you just feel you can run forever and just keep those problems away until you get back home. But I mean, I 100% agree with you. Okay, let's wrap it up. Time has run out. A message. What message do you have? I'm gonna say, especially to South African women, especially young athletes, up and coming athletes, and also athletes who are there, but they're trying to get that, that next step into, becoming a brand, and being recognized as one of the top runners in the country, or even the world.
Um, for women especially, I think the
Especially,
most
yeah.
important message is be safe out there. The streets are, as much as we love the streets, right now they're not our friends. The streets are quiet. Men are taking advantage of that. We are being
Yeah,
mugged, and brothers who are here support and protect all the women
yeah,
in your life.
yeah,
That's the most important thing. Let's love and support each other as a running community. Let's not take advantage of each other. And for up and coming athletes, be patient with yourself. Athletics
yeah,
is a patient. It's a journey. It's not a one-stop destination. It's a journey that needs patience, perseverance, and most understanding. Hard work. What you put in
yeah,
is what you get out. Like
yeah,
a farmer, you don't plant a seed today and you get results tomorrow. You must nurture it, do all the right things. That's what athletics is in your life.
yeah.
Hey, I'm very smart, hey.
No, you are. I'll give it to you. No, shout out to your
um,
school for doing the work.
but other than that, being being a face in athletics is not, you cannot be a face of athletics. It's not what you want to aspire for. Let it come to
Yeah,
you. Do the hard work. Don't just be
yeah,
a poser and be an Instagram, tag all these
yeah,
friends. They don't want that. They just want an athlete who's good at what they do, and everything will
yeah,
fall into place. We see athletes who are just wanting to be posers, especially young athletes. Let's motivate them and drive them into the right directions. That it doesn't come easy, because females end up doing wrong things or being lured to believing that they would get those things. And we know, they say it's a man's world, and they end up doing things that they shouldn't be doing to get sponsorships or being recognized, posing to be something that they're not.
yeah, yeah,
I'd like to urge young athletes to follow their dreams, be
yeah,
patient and respect and be humble. I think respect and humility goes hand in hand. As I like to say, form is temporary, but class is forever. I can be
yeah.
unfit today, but your class and your standard will always speak volumes, because your character is above all. the cream always comes to the top, no matter what you do.
You know, Jimmy Tao says, you know, he says you can't blame the car for not moving if it has no petrol. I'll leave it with that. I'll leave it with that. I mean, thanks a lot, Mama Paseka.
Thank you so much.
It's been really great. It's I think we've learned a lot. I see people are asking. Mati is asking, what advice can she give someone who also wants a six-pack? You know, they want to know these things. You know, I think maybe some people, they can DM you if it's fine. But I know Mati,
yes, they can DM me.
You can just WhatsApp her quickly.
You know,
show me.
She's just, but the support that she's giving, you understand, for her to be here is amazing. Having friends like that support you regardless. And I'd like to thank the ones who've been here. Neo, I love you. This is my little sister. Tumi Cookbook is my sister. I've seen Lue, I think she's following me because she's been saying nice stuff. And thank you so much for all of the people who are commenting and following me and following my journey. It's important because sometimes we are supported by people we don't even know, we've never met them, and we take that for granted. And thank you so much for the support. And whenever they say vote, you are the ones that are voting. Thank you so much, guys, and I really appreciate, and good luck with your journey, and may 2021 be a great year for you, and be safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, sanitize, do all the right things, and be a speed star at your own pace.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it straight from Mapaseka's mouth. She's said a lot of very important things that we can use. Thanks so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I do think a lot of people are going to be able to learn from what you said. We're going to put these up and people can watch it. Those who didn't watch, guys, you can watch it after, okay? There's a lot of gems and some deep quotes as well in here. And Mapaseka, thanks a lot for your time. We'll
Thank you so
soon,
much.
and all the best for the future and what's to come.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again next week on Monday. So make sure to keep tuning in as we continue having these amazing chats with the athletes. Thanks to each and every one of you that joined in. It's been really good. From me, Temba Madima, # Diary of a Vendor, # Nda. Cheers. Bye, Matsi. Take care, guys.